Hey, how's it going, guys? Yes, we are back with another video, and obviously you guys know who I am. I'm SMG for Live01. I always have to do that in the beginning of a video or a vlog or whatever the hell I'm doing. So yeah, I'm filming a vlog just to let you guys know on what's going on and something that I might be doing soon. There's a possibility of it going down on YouTube, so make sure you stay tuned to my channel. But what's gonna happen is a new build is going to happen. Basically, this build is like a Scrapyard Wars kind of build. If you guys haven't watched Linus Tech Tips or anything like that, they did a series called Scrapyard Wars, and I've kind of done my own version to it, but it's not like a series. It's just going to be it might be a live stream or a video, I'm not sure yet. But I've had a computer case for a while that I've wanted to use, and it is the Bitfinex Prodigy M, which is literally just over here. You guys can see that's the case there. And I've had it for I think 3 or 4 years now, or I'd say about 2 to 3 years, I think. And I've purchased some computer components to go into that machine, but I've already purchased a computer which has the components I need that is going to go into that machine. So I've recently just added an M.2 NVMe drive. As you guys can see, it's just there in between everything. A 1TB Intel 660p. It was really cheap, it was £100, so I bought it. And then I cloned my other 2 RAID hard drives onto that. So I have quite a bit of SSD storage, but I haven't even transferred any games over to it. And I'll show you the computer I have right now. So the spec of my current machine, so that's, I've been using that since 2014. So that's an i7 4790K, not overclocked, it's just clocked at 4 GHz and boost to 4.4 or whatever it does. And then it's got a GTX 980 Ti from EVGA, and it's all water cooled. Processor's water cooled, graphics card's water cooled. 240mm radiator, got 2 Noctua fans in the front. We've got like a normal reservoir, just a cheap one that came with the kit that I had, and a 1000 watt power supply from EVGA as well. I'm an EVGA fan, and then at the top I've got 2 EK fans, which I use for cooling my water cooling, my radiator and all that stuff. So yeah, that's my build. I got that, obviously the NVMe drive, which I don't know if I'm going to transfer it to this new machine. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to figure it out whenever, or I might buy another 1TB NVMe drive. Currently I have a 240 gig Intel SSD in this machine. So this machine, I'm going to show you, this is like something I bought recently, using it just to set everything up. And then I got my Cooler Master keyboard, Corsair mouse, Logitech mouse, Corsair keyboard. That's Cooler Master keyboard, if you guys don't know. I bought that for £30 from Argos. But this machine is running a GTX 1070 Ti. I didn't buy that. It actually came with a R9 280X, which I'm not going to use, but it has a, I bought a 1070 Ti to put into this machine, and also it has an i7 6700K, and the motherboard is trash. I've got a new motherboard coming for that case. It's a small motherboard, it's one that doesn't allow overclocking. I'm not going to overclock anyway. And also I purchased this monitor, 1440p Dell monitor, which is great. It'll be good for my editing and all that stuff, which is what I'm mainly going to do, and a little bit of gaming here and there. But yeah, this is running 16 gigs, whereas my big machine, my build over there, that's running 32 gigs. So I've ordered another 2 sticks of RAM, but I don't know if it'll match up with the RAM that's in there at the moment. So they're both Kingston, but I don't know, there's different models, we'll see. Hey, how's it going, guys? Yes, we are back, and yeah, it's the next day. I think it's the next day after the vlog, but progress on the PC stuff. So what has arrived now is the the CPU cooler, which I'll show you guys what it looks like, and the motherboard as well. So let me show you the CPU cooler I got. So this is what I bought. So I got that CPU cooler, and then this is the motherboard, an ASRock H27M. It's a mini micro ATX board. It came from eBuyer, that's from Scan. It's matching colors, that's why I really bought it. And I got another 16 gig set of RAM coming as well for this machine under my desk, which is going to be what would you call it, transplanted into that case over there, which is my Bitfinex case, which I've had for 2 years, like you've seen in the previous clip. And also I put a 550 watt power supply in this PC, which I'm gonna transfer over to that. Yeah, it's gonna be air cooled. I haven't air cooled a machine since my original PC, which was back in 2011 or 2012. So it's going to be kind of cool to go back to air cooled system. This one's currently air cooled, but with a Intel cooler, which is pretty shit for the CPU. So that cooler will do the job, and also the motherboard will be good. And I am thinking about getting another NVMe M.2 SSD for that, specifically just having a 1 terabyte drive, and also having an SSD if I ever need to. I do have an Intel SSD in this machine, which will then be used in that as well, because I've got the OS already set up on that, and then I'll just transfer everything out to that. I don't know if there's going to be an issue with the Windows 10 license, so I'm going to have to get the actual license key off the machine, which I should be able to do, because I remember when I swapped everything out for this PC here, when I swapped everything over, the Windows 10 license dropped out, or the Windows license dropped out, and I needed to put the key back in, and I had to call Microsoft to get the key sorted. So yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. There is possibly, hopefully I can edit this up and get this up on time. I'm probably going to try and edit this now, possibly on the PC, not on the laptop. But what I want to do, I bought a headset just for this. So I currently have this plugged into my my Mackie mixer, that thing over there, just as I'm getting closer. So that is a wireless microphone receiver, and I have the wireless microphone just up here on my at the top, the white box at the top. So that's lapel mic and also a headset mic. So I got the headset mic, which I might use for this. I'm gonna have to tweak settings on the mixer so that I can kind of use it with XSplit, because it's all going to be done on XSplit. Hopefully my XSplit license or membership is still available, so I can use it for this. So I'm going to live stream. I'm going to use a GoPro for like an up top kind of view down to the PC, because it's got a wider field of view on that. So I don't know if this camera has, I think it just has AV out. It's not it doesn't have HDMI. Actually, it might. It has mini HDMI, I think, on the bottom, or it has. No, I think that's the USB. But yeah, like my camera, I would use that, but I can't connect it to any kind of device, so I won't be able to stream using that. So I want to use the GoPro. I use that mic. I can either use that mic, or I can use the lapel mic, and the actual thing can just clip onto my trousers, and I can have a headset on, or I can have the actual microphone plugged in, a lapel mic, and plugged up to my shirt. It's going to be a long, it won't be, I think it's going to be a long build, because I'm going to have to try and route all cables through properly, and also I want to have it tidy, because I'm using a modular power supply, so it has all the cables and stuff. So I want to wrap the cables up, tighten the ones I don't want to use, and hopefully like sitting in the graphics card and all that stuff, and the cables for the graphics card. Like I tried to with this case, I tried really hard to cable manage it, but it didn't work, because the CPU cable for the actual power cable for the processor is so short, it just reaches all the way up, which is annoying. Like I routed it back and then came up from the back and then tried to route it towards it, and it's like literally against the CPU fan. So once I pull that off, it should be fine in that case, because that case is very small. So I'll route it to a point where I can kind of just slot the cable in and just go along the top of the processor. Like if you want to see on my case here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's literally at the top there. I can't even see it. I don't even know where the cable is. Yeah, so it's right at the top there. I have no clue how I managed to cable manage that, but if you look inside here, you see all the cables and all that kind of stuff kind of sitting there. But it's tidy. This machine is, I love this machine. This is like my baby. I wouldn't sell this for anything, because I did so much work on it. I paid so much money for it. Well, when I was building it and stuff, I must have spent about £1,600 building that. Whereas this machine, because of it, obviously we're doing like a Scrapyard Wars build, it's probably gonna cost me about £600 in total, but without the graphics card, because the graphics card I bought to actually replace my 980 Ti, but I was like, oh, let's build. So this is the story. I found the 1070 Ti for a cheap price, £370. So I bought that, so I bought that, and then what did I do? And then I couldn't be bothered to mess around with the water cooling on my machine, so I was like, okay, I'll leave it for now, and maybe I will take out the 980 Ti out of that machine and replace it with the 1070 Ti. That didn't happen, so I was looking for some machines to build, because I wanted to use that case, because I've had that case for several years, and I wanted to kind of put something in it and make sure that it runs and stuff. So I was like, yeah, let's build a new machine. And actually, one of my friends from work, he built a mini ITX build specifically for just like being able to carry around and all that kind of stuff. And this case I bought because I wanted to carry it around and all that, but just never had the opportunity to kind of do it. So now I have the processor, RAM, and all that kind of stuff. The RAM I did purchase. I bought another set of RAM, but it's not exactly the same model number to the RAM that I've got in here. So I'm going to test the RAM out first before I do anything. So hopefully the RAM comes tomorrow. If it does come tomorrow, I'll test it, and then on Friday, hopefully I can live stream and set everything up. Use this light that I have up here to beam down onto where the PC is. This light is dusty as fuck. Holy shit. Yeah, so yeah, to beam down, and then you'll get a nice view and good lighting of the what's it called, the PC, and have the GoPro set up, plugged into my computer, and then my computer running what would it be running into? I'm gonna need a lot of space, because I don't want to mess around with the processor. I want to get the processor straight in to the motherboard. That's literally probably the first thing I'm gonna do. Get the processor out and transfer it straight into that, and clean it off. Clean off the thermal paste. I bought some Arctic thermal paste as well. Arctic Silver 5, really good thermal paste. I use it for my machine, and I don't change my, I don't do anything with my machine for like a year or so before I do like the water cool loop and then redo the loop, because I change out all the tubing and all that kind of stuff. And if you guys want to see what tubing I have normal tubing, no acrylic stuff, but I have this is probably one of my favorite fittings I've done, which is straight down across with a T-fitting and then up to the reservoir. But I think I need a new pump, so I might invest in a new pump, an Alpha Cool one or something. But yeah, so it will literally be like this on my desk. That's what it's gonna look like, something like that, which would be pretty fun. It's gonna be fun, and hopefully I can switch between cameras and all that kind of stuff. I'll just set up XSplit to have a toggle for like 1 and 2 on my keyboard. Yeah, so it'd be fun. I have this set up sort of. I was listening to myself with those microphones. They sound pretty good, pretty decent for £36. And yeah, literally, I'll see you guys in the actual live stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you give it a thumbs up, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.